when a stock's down roughly 25% and the stock market's gone up dramatically, at what point do you decide I'm going to buy more, or at what point do you decide I'm cutting my losses? This is just the wrong direction.
It has nothing to do with the stock price for us. It has to do with what's going on in the business. In JCPenney case, we're on the board. We're working hard along with the other directors, and make sure that this ship is steered correctly. As a general rule, if we conclude that we're wrong or we've learned investing is about the best investments are the ones where we are confident we're right and everyone else is wrong. Okay, and you have to, in order to be, been accused recently of being arrogant, among other things.
No, I'm going to actually ask you that. It was pompous, but that's okay.
Pompous? I don't think I'm pompous, but I've certainly been accused of being arrogant. And there's a difference between arrogance and confidence.
Yeah.
If you're arrogant in investing, you're going to get killed, right? If you're not confident, you'll never make an investment, right? So you have to do a sufficient amount of work to be confident enough to have the conviction, do something that's contrarian, right? We bought the stock of a soon-to-be bankrupt a shopping mall company during the financial crisis at pennies per share. You have to be willing to look silly when you do something like that. General Growth stock's up 90-fold since our original investment. We had confidence. Maybe people thought it was arrogant to believe that we could be successful in turning it around. But you also have to be humble. And you have to recognize when there are new facts you hadn't considered that are inconsistent with your thesis. Well, if you look at Herbalife, none of the bull case for Herbalife, none of those arguments have, in our view, any merit. Mm-hmm. And therefore, we continue to have conviction. But if we were to learn a new fact that all of a sudden we realized Herbalife was a great company and it wasn't a pyramid scheme and the products really had tremendous efficacy and they were priced correctly and there was real demand for them, we would change our mind.
So I'm pretty sure, I may be mistaken, that your entire portfolio is U.S. except for Canadian Pacific Railway, which may have been your best performer last quarter. Why is this your only non-U.S. play? And do you think actually this may be a trend where you're starting to look outside of the U.S.?
So we do very few things. In fact, we do very few things a year, right? If our average holding period is 4 or 5 years for our kind of active investments, and we have 10 stocks, right? We need to find a couple of ideas a year. It doesn't make sense to me, unless the universe we play in, we've run out of targets. Why fly to Europe to have a meeting with management? Why, deal with a jurisdiction where we're less well known, where we have fewer relationships, we don't understand the legal system, the regulatory environment. So we focus on the United States and Canada. We've invested in Canada before because we understand the language, we understand the law. It's close to home. It's a short flight to Calgary is an extra few hours, but it's just close to home. I can go see my kids.
Do you like to feel and touch it?
Yeah, it's very important.
Yeah. So what has been your single biggest mistake you've made, either investing in a company or deciding to walk away from investing?
We spent an enormous amount of time looking at MasterCard before it went public. And I've always believed that, I'd said previously, I was asked by, at a business school by a student, what's the single best business in the world? And I said, if you could own a royalty on people spending money, like Visa or MasterCard, it's the greatest business in the world. And if that ever became a public company, you want to buy that company, or if you ever could buy that company. Well, it became a public company. And we did an enormous amount of work on the company. We couldn't get comfortable with the regulatory risk.
Consumer Protection Agency things.
No, there was outstanding kind of antitrust litigation relating to kind of monopolistic practices of the Visa MasterCard. And when you have a strategy where you put 10, 15+% of your assets in any one investment, you can't take even a very small risk of a catastrophic outcome.
Wow, interesting.
And so we passed on MasterCard, and it's been an incredible investment. Management's done an amazing job. That's a big miss.
Yeah.
on a long. Well,
But it's very
It's
interesting
either
that one.
The question is whether it's a miss. Did we overestimate the regulatory risk, or did it just work out in a reasonable way? So I think, as part of a 50 stock portfolio, we would have bought it. As part of a 10 stock portfolio, we couldn't do it. So unclear to me, but I still look at that one and say, do we really have a miss there?